the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing, I'm always thankful.
So do you think you have more haters than you do like?
I don't think I have more haters than like I do like friends or like people that know me, of course. But I definitely have some haters.
I don't know how to explain Andrew Tate because it's definitely a touchy subject too for a lot of people. But
yeah, and now now they're trying to get him for money laundering, and so that's why he's still like held there. But
or like some of just the applications, like the games back in like middle school, like Flappy Bird.
Dude,
and just shit like that. It's like how did these apps not make it?
I feel like Kanye West was really influenced by Andrew Tate. All of a sudden, dude, Andrew Tate's saying whatever, and Kanye goes, "No, I can say more." And now Kanye's
he's like, hold my beer. All right, so this is episode 4 of the Disclaimer Podcast. Thank you for tuning in and all the support. I think, like what I was just telling you, we're kind of making some noise, which is a really cool thing. Tonight we have on Landon Springer, aka BANDO.
Yep.
Let's actually revisit that because I asked you this. I feel like I'm yelling almost, but I asked you this the other day. I was like, where did you get BANDO from? Can you remember?
So, honestly, I think it came from like partying. I think that's like the whole concept of like where it started. But I can't remember who called me BANDO or like when it happened. But then after that, then it got to like my cousins, my friends, everything, and then it just like clicked. So now I'm BANDO.
Dude, that's actually kind of a sick ass name.
I like
you know
it.
What I'm saying?
I don't know. I've kind of accepted it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Gosh, dang it. No, so I'm excited to have you on because I think that like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like you would be perfect at being famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually surprised that more or less you have not like turned famous yet. You have such a different vibe to you.
I feel like I could do it, but I feel like the thing about being famous is I feel like my mouth would get me in so much trouble.
Yeah.
To where I wouldn't want fame.
So would you chase the money? Would you chase the money over fame, or would like if you were in the position where you could become famous, would you?
Oh no, I'd become famous easy.
Yeah, no, that's man. I've thought about that. I was like, I want to be famous, but at the same time, like I don't want all the paparazzi or something like that.
I feel like most people feel like most people think that fame makes their life easier, and I feel like it brings on like way more problems than an average human has.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
I feel like they might have more money, but I feel like more money, more problems.
Yeah. Gosh, I mean maybe, unless you get to the point where, no, you probably actually have more problems. I think Jeff Bezos was like the one to say like, when you start getting paid more, you're really actually making less decisions, but they're like the hardest decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird to like think about that. But back on your kind of vibrance that you put off, you are definitely like not a person that I could compare to your brother or like your, like somebody in your family. I feel like you have like your own little unique attributes. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first met you, I was like, who the hell is this kid? Because like you actually really don't even look like your brother.
Oh, we're like polar opposites.
It's weird.
I'm not shy at all, and like I'm very outgoing.
Yeah.
There's a term literally that my friends use, and it's called being outlandish. and like that's like what I put on.
That is what you put on. Cause it's like it's almost like a show. You know what I'm saying?
But honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want to try to become famous.
Dude, you could become famous because you have just like this different vibrance. I don't even know. And maybe it's because I'm kind of like a little outlandish myself. just because like with my family, like I've always been the one that doing outside of the box type of shit. You know what I mean? So like I feel like you kind of do the same thing. Like you're really active on social media. You have like you're really good at keeping up with like what's going on in like on YouTube, on politics, on or I mean like maybe not like keeping up, but like you're aware.
Yeah.
Like you're actually like, self-aware of what's going on.
Yeah, there's certain people that like know every single thing and like I don't know, like there's one thing if I can see a picture, a description, whatever, but if I see like a 7-page thing, I'm not reading it.
Yeah, that is true. I've never been. Were you? Gosh, that brings up something I wanted to touch on. What were you good at, like reading or writing, or like what was your strength in like high school?
Oh, my strength in high school, God.
Like, are you good at math, or like were you, or like what did you like vibe with?
Math was definitely my least. Oh, yeah. Dude, I was horrible at math.
Yeah.
Like, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I had classes with other chicks and stuff. Yeah. So like I couldn't be like, hey, da-da-da. But like I'd be like low-key flirty, and so I'd be like, hey, like help me out. And so I probably wouldn't even have graduated if it wasn't for like other chicks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I got through that, but I think my best subject is probably writing, because if I get down with like a pen or a computer, I can type forever and then realize like 2 hours went by.
Yeah. Dude, I'm actually, that was my strength, was writing. And I came across like a tweet the other day. It was like, I don't even know where, like what account it was or anything, but it was like, those who like write well usually mean like their like brain activity of like thoughts and like thought process is like really like sharp. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it really correlates. So that's like one thing I really started thinking about it. I was like, damn, maybe this is why I am a little bit outside of the box. Like I have these thoughts running through my brain all the time of like what I could do on the next podcast, like who am I gonna have on, and I don't know. Like obviously I prepare. You know what I mean? Like I'm always writing shit down. Are you like a big note taker, or were you like a guy that just winged it?
Oh no, for like right now, I'm not a guy who really wings it anymore. But throughout high school, I half-fasted everything. I literally flew by high school, and my whole focus was having fun.
Yeah. So did you ever go to college?
So I never went to college. I started real estate school, and as I was getting into that, I started thinking about it. How many people want to buy a house from a 19-year-old, 20-year-old who's never owned a home before? Yeah. And so I was thinking about it. I was like, I want to wait on that. And so then I started thinking in like, what do I want to get into? Yeah. And so now I'm doing life insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were going to touch on that too. Do you see yourself, if you since you haven't exactly started, but it's something that you think that you'll enjoy type of thing? Or are you more like, this is just like something I'm going to try for a little bit?
This is more something I'm going to try, but I'm just like, my whole focus is trying to make more money than what I'm making. And then if I start making more, my whole focus is going to be trying to make more than what I'm making.
Right. No, I think that's exactly, like college is just weird now. Like, people that are passing college courses more or less are people that just know how to cheat, I think, in my books. Because like there is a lot of people that, there's just websites with all the answers of everything now. And it's crazy to think that you pay thousands and thousands of dollars to like get into college, and you probably have like more of a, I don't know, like a positive impact on society if you just went and worked and tried things out like you are. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I even have like older buddies and stuff too, and I have buddies like in my class now, but they went to college and they got a degree and they went through everything, and now they're out of college. They can't find a job to even start like what they went to school for, and so now they're working little jobs at Taco Bell, McDonald's, and I'm like, go learn a trade. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it sometimes. I'm like, it's just, the degree doesn't exactly mean what it used to. Yeah. Like when my parents were in college, they're like, this shit was hard. Like, there were people that were very smart individuals, but they still failed like college finance or whatever it may be, because like it was hard.
Yeah, no, they didn't have the laptop, the smartphone,
Yeah, they didn't
the
have
Apple Watch.
Yeah, and now everybody has that, and it's like, wait, okay, so you can literally just fly by college and really not learn a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Anything's like that, honestly.
Yeah.
Anything's like that. You can find a course online for something, and you have to test for it, and next thing you know, you can enter the question, and the answer's on Quizlet.com.
Yeah. Dude, Quizlet is the hookup.
It hooks you up, but also I hate it because it's like,
yeah,
you get no self-benefit from it.
No, you don't.
And like some people are like, oh well, like I'll retain the answer after I read it, but you read the answer twice to get to put down the answer, and then you don't have that information anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. It's still like a life hack.
Yeah. No. That's what I was thinking. It's just like college is just a weird thing to me. And even in high school, we always had, access to just a bunch of different shit that you could just look up. And you just have it at your fingertips. So that's something that's really new. So with that being said, we'll kind of transfer that into what, some topics that you wanted to discuss, such as like that Neuralink. Okay.
Oh.
So I wanted to know what your thoughts were on it before, like, I'll give you mine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, so you're talking about the chip.
The chip, yeah. Like,
Okay, so
like access to
social
brain to computer. Yeah.
Yeah, so if there's a chip implanted in my brain and I can control Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of this stuff with, what are they getting from my brain? Like, I feel like people can like almost read your mind if you can read a device with your mind. And so like I wouldn't want people knowing like my thoughts, like what's going on. What if I'm pissed off and I'm having a thought like I don't really mean?
Yeah.
Or like an action, and then they're thinking like, oh, this person's gonna go kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like, no, like I'm just upset.
Yeah, it's like taking like the lie detector machine. I don't even know how that thing works. You know what I mean? But, like it's to a whole nother level.
I want to try one of those. That would be so cool.
It would be kind of cool.
Just like test somebody.
Like I wonder how accurate it really is.
Ask my parents, just be like, am I your real kid?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, but seriously, you'd be like, you could literally find out some, if it is as accurate as they say, you could find out some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's just like, it's weird. I think they just read the spikes or whatever of what's going on. So like my thought on Neuralink is like maybe, I don't know, I know that they say there's like health benefits.
Actually,
that tag along to it.
So like I haven't read too much into it, and so like I saw like probably a 45-second video on it.
Yeah.
And then I saw 2 articles on it, but like I haven't seen like much information on it.
I don't know. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff you can get into because I'm pretty sure they have like just articles of crazy stuff. The first thing that I would have a problem with is like it just takes out the personality in people. I don't think people would be themselves completely if they were always linked up to, basically you're linked up to a computer, neurologically or however you would say that word. It's hard for me to say that word. But like, it takes out personality. I know that there are some health benefits to it. I don't know if it's just like stress related or whatever it may be, but it's supposed to decrease stress, and help you out that way. But I don't think I would do it. Would you do it?
I don't know. It's like, here's one thing. If with that chip, I could look at a piece of paper, like really fast, and know everything on that piece of paper, yeah, I would do it.
Really?
Easy. Think about this. You would know everything without like having to try to know everything.
Yeah.
You would walk in, try to take a test, and you'd be like, oh, I looked at all these papers, get 100% on it.
Yeah, would school even be a thing though?
True.
At that point.
True, and yeah, that would take a lot of jobs from people.
I think people would still have their jobs individually, but like...
what about teachers and professors though? Like if they had all this, like, in their mind through a chip?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I guess maybe if the teacher or the professor or whatever is the only person or the only people, let's just say like it's just a mandate that all teachers and professors had to have them or something crazy, like that would be the only instance where people would actually still have to go to school. And then teachers would obviously know everything, but I think school would be just erased completely. I don't think there'd be no high school. I don't think there'd be no college. I don't know how early you would want to insert that sucker in your brain. You know?
Honestly, I want to hint on this. Just in general with school. This is off the Neuralink. With school in general, when going through any school that you've like ever done until after high school, have you learned anything that like actually like benefits you or gets you prepared for the real world?
I'd say yes and no to that. Like, I think they have the right, they have I'd say half the content that you learn is stuff that you would actually learn in the real world. But then there's a lot, and probably the other half that I'm like, that's basically the stuff people cheat on, right? And it's like, oh, I don't know this, and I don't know if I would ever run into this situation or this problem in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, why would I ever need to know that? And then most of the time, it's stuff that you have to learn, like, at least in business courses, in like finance and like, I don't know, calculus or whatever, some of those advanced math classes. It's stuff that you can just do on the computer anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I would say yes to an extent to your question though, but when it comes to nowadays, I don't think people need a degree to be successful, and I think it's been like that for a long time. I think people are just now realizing it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because when you go get a job, nobody really like asked you for your diploma.
I've never been asked that question.
Me neither.
It's like honestly, I've actually seen it on an application, and it was like you had to have it, a high school diploma or GED.
Yeah.
But like, even if I didn't have it, I could answer that question, and they would have never asked me for proof.
It's weird.
And
it's crazy. It's kind of an absurd question too. I think it's just more or less you would put that on like your resume. You know, and you're not even asked. It's just like on your resume, you can put it on there, and boom, if they ask you to provide it, you would. But most of the time, they don't even ask. And all the jobs that I've had, or you know, good paying jobs that I've had, most of the time it's just like who you know. You know, it's who's gonna take a chance on you.
Like I know there's like wealthier and like bigger names and corporations and stuff that are like, we won't hire anybody unless you qualified at least high school minimum. Yeah. Which like I can understand that, but at the same time, I would make requirements harder than that. Anybody can graduate high school.
Yeah. It's just definitely more of experience. I personally believe after going to college and going through all of it, I think like you could take that 4 years and just go get experience. Yeah. And not pay a dime, and get paid while doing it. You know, you're actually making money and you're getting experience. So I don't know. It's crazy to me what people are doing, like people that are actually spending a lot more money than just going to like CMU. If you're going to a big Division I or something, like you better have like a scholarship of some sort.
Do you think like people go through like years of college and stuff to get their degree? Yeah. And like kind of how you're saying is people can learn all this online. Do you think there'll ever be a point where somebody can be like, can I pay to come take this 3-hour exam and I have to get an 85% on it, and I get my frickin' whatever, just so that way they don't have to go through 4 years of college and do the same thing? Because you really can. Like, I'll go on YouTube and see all this stuff, and people are literally teaching what somebody learns in a couple years of college, and they're like, why did I go to college?
Yeah. Dude, YouTube is it, man. YouTube is college. If you actually know how to use YouTube, and like you know, if you want to learn how to just change the oil in your car, like it's there, you know. Or if you want to just learn, just basic, like there are math professors that get on YouTube and make videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
My brother literally just told me yesterday, he's like, because I was trying to figure out something with our printer and stuff, and he's like, just look it up on YouTube. He's like, that's how I learned how to change the ink in that thing. And I was like, oh my god.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude, I love YouTube though. I think that it's actually, I thought for a moment it was slowing down. You know what I mean? Like I felt like maybe people weren't putting out content or like beneficial content. You know what I'm saying? It was more like getting like our type of generation, just like we're crazy as fuck, you know? So like there's some really weird shit on YouTube.
Do you remember how content was when like YouTube first started to now? Like, I don't know if you remember like any of like the random creators that used to be, but there was like Shane Dawson, Fred, that dude with the squeaky voice. There was Smosh. I don't know if you ever heard of Smosh.
I haven't heard of Smosh, but like the Fred guy, yeah, that rings a bell.
There was a bunch of random people. Like, comedy was so weird back then, and now like our whole generation's changed. Now you see like the most wildest stuff on YouTube.
It's because like people, all that stuff like died out. You know what I'm saying? Now people our age and or like, you know, close to anywhere between, I guess you could say even 15 to 25, people are just actually, they're starting to put out beneficial stuff. And like now podcasts are a big thing, or like you actually can get good information and extract it and like, you know, help it benefit you as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I need to look this guy up. I want to ask you about somebody, if you've ever heard of this dude.
It's like, when it comes to YouTube with me, I think I like started, I don't know, like I didn't really, like I used YouTube a lot when I was younger, but I didn't really watch a bunch of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever heard of Keenan Cahill? Or I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
I think I've heard that name.
He's a little person and stuff, and he's popular. He just recently passed away, and like it was like a heart problem or something.
The singer kid.
Mouth lip syncer.
Yes.
Dude, that kid blew up on YouTube, and I remember that was like one of the first YouTube videos I ever watched when I got on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I saw that kid passed away just like weeks ago, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was crazy. He had like his thing with like 50 Cent.
Yep.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, he did one with 50 Cent. He did one with David Guetta.
Yep.
I don't know, that just came to mind when I was bringing up old YouTubers.
That's crazy. Just to have that experience though, you know? And just stuff like that. Stupid things of lip syncing and you blow up.
Yeah, like you can't do that anymore.
No, I think it was the piggyback off of Vine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Vine really like what am I trying to say? I think Vine just really upped the scale, and then Vine, you know, took a shit, and then it was YouTube.
Well, also I'm trying to think of what's it called? Musical.ly. After all that and stuff, I remember Musical.ly came out and stuff. I was like a 6th grader, and everybody's freaking posting these lip sync videos of them singing a song.
No, dude, it was crazy. There's actually a lot of things that I think like, man, like I wonder how Vine didn't make it.
Oh, literally.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the creators of Vine, I don't know if they sold out or what they did, but I feel like they could literally put that app back on the App Store and go #1 tomorrow.
It would.
Dude, that was like probably my favorite social media. And
yeah,
I liked it when it was just like 6-second videos, and then they updated and made them like minutes or whatever. But even the 6-second ones, dude, those things were glory.
Or like some of just the applications, like the games back in like middle school, like Flappy Bird.
Dude.
And just shit like that. It's like, how did these apps not make it?
I forgot about Flappy Bird. That makes me so sad.
I know. Like, and then like you know, like all the apps look different. Like the YouTube was like the little TV, like the application. Like you could like click into some of those things. But, oh man, it's just like a blast from the past, some of that stuff.
I actually, I found one of my old iPod Touches and stuff, and it's like, I don't even know what iOS it is and stuff. So like all those apps and stuff, I was started looking at like what they looked like on there, and I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Even I'm trying to think of what it's called. There's like a name for it and stuff, but like the home buttons, how like before it was like touch screen or anything, that little square in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know what they called that and stuff, but it's literally a button that literally just presses in, but it was supposed to be some fancy thing for the iPhones.
I think I remember what you're talking about now. And then it was really cool when the smartphone came out, or like the iPhone came out with like the
fingerprint
scanner one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's gone now. You know what I mean?
honestly, I don't know why they got rid of that on iPhones. Like, sometimes I wish it would scan my finger,
Still
not
there.
my face.
Yeah.
Well, like,
The face thing is weird.
well, some people will literally have my phone and they'll just go like this and they'll be like, "Hey, Landon," and like I'll literally look at it, I'm like, "Oh crap!" And then I need to get my phone.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's getting scary to the point where like you're putting out a lot of information, just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like scanning your face or whatever.
Yeah, who's seeing my face recognition?
I don't know.
That's scary too.
Yeah, or like like how China runs TikTok, stuff like that. Like a lot of people are like getting, I don't know, pretty weirded out by it. But at the same time, it's like it's what people want. People want short form content and they love it, and so they'll put out their information just to use it.
I see so many people like, and it gets posted all over saying the U.S. wants to ban TikTok from all platforms and all devices. Why haven't they done it yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe.
And also, like, if they're so worried about another country, like, having that information, the U.S. has like all the funds in the world
to
hire anybody smart enough to make a way better designed app that everybody will just convert to.
Yeah, I think you'd have to get a lot. I think right now it's too deep. I don't think anybody's gonna convert to TikTok until TikTok dies out.
True. There's a lot of people making money on there. Yeah. But I mean, you take all those people who like, because like there's some people that go on an app just to look at like a famous person and stuff, but then there's other people that just have an app and they just scroll through to see whatever. You get those people that are just scrolling through to see whatever and transfer and stuff. Yeah. Those famous people will start dropping down in likes and they're like, "What's happening?" And they realize, oh, they're using this platform now. Yeah. And I watch this with like Musical.ly to TikTok and stuff, and like all these people like straight converted, and then all the stupid lip sync videos ended, and they actually started having to make content and stuff to keep up with everybody.
Yeah. Didn't what's his name? Steve off the Milk Boys. He was on the Milk Boys. Steve will do it. Steve will do it.
Yeah, no,
he went over to what's that platform called? Not YouTube.
Oh, Rumble.
Rumble, yeah.
Dude, honestly,
did a lot of people go over to that?
Honestly, I don't know if a lot of people are on there. I know the Tate brothers are on there, and I know Steve will do it's on there, but the only person like I'm supporting on there is Steve will do it.
So it's like a cancel. It's almost like a cancel culture like platform right now, because like like you said, like the Tate brothers, so there's Andrew Tate. What's the brother's name?
Tristan Tate.
Oh, yeah. Tristan Tate.
But yeah, they're locked up in Romania.
Yeah, no, I saw that. So that's pretty intense, and I don't know what kind of charges they're actually like out for right now, but I know it's changed.
So at first it was sex trafficking. Yeah. And that goes beyond, because like there's past like podcasts of Andrew Tate talking about how he got a hold of underage girls, got him to come out and agree to all this stuff, even though they're underage, which is like still you're not allowed to do that. Exactly. But He literally admitted to this, and this was a while ago on like one of his first thing, because he has some website for like millionaire.
God, what is the name of that? I know the name of it.
I don't know. The biggest pyramid scheme.
It is.
Bullshit,
it's like
whatever.
Pay like $50 a month or something to learn how to make money.
I'm gonna teach you what YouTube can teach me.
Yeah. No, I think that he. I don't know how to explain Andrew Tate, because it's definitely a touchy subject too for a lot of people. But
yeah, and now now they're trying to get him for money laundering, and so that's why he's still like held there. But they're saying that they're innocent, and now they have the same lawyer that Mike Tyson and Chris Brown had. Really? Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Has to be a good lawyer.
Yeah. He's still tweeting, dude.
I don't know if that's him. I don't know if that's him.
No, there's no way it's him. He definitely has somebody that has access to his account. But he's like, whoever has access to his account is fairly like accurate of like just the shit he says. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's spot on.
Like,
It makes you think that it's out of his mouth.
Yeah, because he says those types of things and stuff, and it's like, but then it's gotten to the point where like I'm like, there's no way this is him.
What's your, like, just out of everything, what's your thoughts on him? Like, just out of the stuff you've seen on Andrew Tate, like, and heard, the little snippets.
Yeah, I think he definitely goes too far on a lot of his topics. I think there's some stuff on there that is, because I think his audience is, the best way to say it is, like, his audience is definitely towards men. Or, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's him trying to reach for attention, because at some point that's what they're doing, right? So I don't know, like, a lot of the stuff he says, you don't exactly know if this is an avenue for him to reach and gain more attention, because it's so absurd. Something that he just said, he knows is going to piss a lot of people off, you know? And so I think when I, like, look at it from that point of view, I think more or less I would say maybe there's 20% of the stuff he says that is just kind of true and whatever, but then the other, 70% or whatever, it's absurd. It's like there's, like, nobody should be saying that type of shit.
Well, the one thing that, like, blows my mind and stuff, and, like, just from me being a kid to now and stuff, like, I've noticed so many things have changed. Like, back then, like, a dude would kick a dude's shit in for saying a disrespectful comment about a woman.
Yeah.
And then there's this dude, and he is outrageous. Yeah. But, like, he targets men's attention, and like he doesn't really target mine, like, in a positive way, but it gets my attention.
It gets your attention, yeah.
But
he reaches.
The one thing that, like, I don't understand is, why do all these men support him degrading women, literally telling you that you're a broke bum piece of shit through his own thing, rubbing his Bugattis in his face because he hustled you into buying his pyramid scheme. I don't understand that.
I'm on, like, that's exactly, like, my thought on it. Like, you couldn't have said it any better. There's definitely, and like I said, I think it really is, like, at least 70% reaching. You know what I'm saying? He's saying these things just for people to talk about him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think that with that, you play a dangerous game, and that's what he's playing right now. And I think he's finally seeing, what's entailed for him.
Dude, I feel like Kanye West was really influenced by Andrew Tate. All of a sudden, dude, Andrew Tate's saying whatever, and Kanye goes, "No, I can say more." And now, like, Kanye's like,
he's like, hold my beer.
Literally.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Didn't he go missing or whatever for like 2 weeks or something? Kanye?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I don't know what happened, but I did see that.
He just didn't, like, leave his house. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't missing, but...
Yeah, now he's remarried, apparently.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, he's done some crazy things, too. Didn't he, like, buy a house right across from, like, Kim's place?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do something like that. That's a little,
Didn't Giselle and Tom Brady do the same thing, too?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that happened with them, too.
What, like one of them bought a house?
Yeah, right across from each other.
Huh. I didn't hear about that.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that happened.
Do you think, like...
I could be wrong, folks. I could be wrong.
I don't know. Do you think, like, love is like a stunt with famous people? Like, it's more or less just for a short period of time in history, and...
I could see that, but the one thing I notice with, like, famous people and stuff, like, there's some that'll, like, post daily, and, like, they post with their family, and they show that they're truly happy. Yeah. And then there's some people and stuff that, like, they're famous, and they probably see their family, like, once a year. Yeah. Like, or once every month of a year. Yeah. And so there's 11 months where they're away from their family, and they don't see them, and I don't know, like, I just don't feel like that's, like, real love. I feel like it's... Or even if they don't have a family and stuff, and they just have a wife. Yeah. I think that's weird to not see them all the time. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I think like with Tom Brady's thing, I think there is a lot more. There was a lot more at hand there with that situation. I think he wanted to keep playing football.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then she didn't. She kind of had her own aspirations and stuff that she wanted to get moving on. And he's like, well, I'm not going to give up football, whatever. Which is really weird because what just happened yesterday, him retiring. Do
you think that was worth it?
I don't know. That's exactly what I was thinking. But you could tell it took a toll on him. Like, his face got super skinny, like, during that period of time at the beginning.
You could see that in that video.
Yeah.
He didn't look like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I thought that was weird. But the one thing that I could see, too, is him making that video and stuff. And, like, whatever, it's going on, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
I could see July coming around. He gets hit with a major deal.
Yeah.
And he's like, know what? I'm back. Let's make an announcement in August.
You think so? You think he'll come back?
Dude, I could totally see him psyching retirement a second time.
No, I don't know. Like a Rob Gronkowski type of thing, and after you're retiring just to find another team to be on type of thing.
I could totally see it. Because he was with the Bucks, he was with the Patriots and stuff, and like this last season stuff, like he didn't go to the Super Bowl and stuff, but
yeah,
he had an amazing record to like end it on, and then he does this.
Yeah,
I feel like he should go back and try because I feel like that dude has the potential.
I also saw something though, like if he decides to go into commentary, he actually gets paid more. Like, I don't know if it's like a $365 million deal or something.
Yeah, no, he's a guaranteed deal.
Or something. Like, for 10 years. And I don't know how long he was in the NFL. A long-ass time, I guess is probably the perfect way to say it. And, like, he made $325 million in his career alone. And was more, I think it's definitely more than 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So, he's actually getting a hell of a deal there. So, if he's looking for the money, he will retire.
The one thing about that with a football career, it's way longer than career. Like, it's way longer than a 10-year career. Dude, that starts when you're 3 years old, when your dad throws you in football and you start off or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, some of those people, I can't believe how, like, just even the kids that you had on the first podcast and stuff, I can't believe how dedicated those kids have stayed to sports and everything. Dude, no way in hell could I do that.
Yeah,
I give them props.
Yeah, no, it was when I was talking to them, I was like, gosh, like they go through it. It's just an everyday grind. Like, it's a grind, not just a grind, but like a grind. You're putting your body through a lot every single day, and practice and lifting weights, because like that next guy, on the bench is gonna replace you in a heartbeat if you drop a ball or whatever. So, like, you have no room for error, especially if you're trying to get seen, by scouts or whatever. So it's kind of, I don't know. Like you said, I don't think it's anything that I'd be able to do. I think football was a fun, like, 2 to 3 year middle school thing for me. Not a whole. I didn't even go to high school and play football.
Oh,
I was
dude,
like, no way.
I feel like that's where everybody's life injuries start and stuff. I'll hear people complaining about their backs, their joints, all this.
Yeah.
And I just blame football because every single one of them, I just watched them get clapped up in football.
Yeah. Gosh. No, I wouldn't be able to do it either. It comes. I'd almost rather do like the Renaissance Fair, like in Junction, for the rest of my life instead. LARPing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Do you think you could be a LARPer?
I couldn't be a LARPer.
I think I could be a LARPer. You just have to get me on the right, like, vibe. Maybe, like, get a few, like, Twisted Teas in me or something. I'd dress up and play the act.
Oh, God.
Do they still do that? I think they still do it down. They do it here in Junction?
Really?
They have a LARPing fair right there, just right down off of Orchard Mesa there, kind of like across the river from like Orchard Mesa Middle School, I believe. They do a whole, like, it's a week event, or like at least a 4-day event. Dude, I wonder what they do.
I want to go.
Yeah, it's live action roleplay. It really is. So I've thought about maybe like, dude, I could vlog there, like dress up, kind of play the act, but like there just to see what's going on.
Honestly, I feel like that'd make a very good YouTube content.
Yeah. Dude, if I go though, would you go?
Oh, dude, easy money.
Well, you'd have to dress up though.
Oh, dude, I would be outlandish.
I really want to see it because I have drove by that like festival or whatever you would want to call it like so many times throughout my life that I'm like, God, I wonder what they do. I don't even know if it's like I don't even know if they make money. I think it's just a bunch of loose ends just out there with like Nerf swords. What was that movie called? The live action role play one that was like, oh sorry, the live action role play one that's like, oh my gosh, there is a movie out there. I don't know, and it was a more. I'm thinking of a movie, but I can't think of the name of it. I'll have to, if I think of it, I'll have to bring it back up. But gosh, it's kind of a weird thing to get into. But yeah, Junction does it. A lot of people do it. All right, let's see what else we want to go into. So like when we were talking about, I guess, you know, at the beginning of the podcast, we were talking about your relationship with a bunch of people. Well, at least maybe I haven't mentioned that specific part, but I feel like you know a lot of people. You're like, you know, you've met a lot of people from partying and just being that guy that's like kind of always, you know, you seem like somebody that would be really famous or could become really famous just because of, at least in Junction, just because of the people you know.
I feel like the thing with me is I'm really known, and like everybody.
How though?
No, like I'll be walking and like they'll be like, "That's Landon Springer," and I'll overhear like somebody say that. I'll be like, they're like, "Who the fuck is that?" And so I don't know, like that happens, but I can't say I'm the most liked person.
Yeah.
Like that is the whole difference between me and my brother.
I was gonna say, do you have more haters?
Everybody likes Dawson, like period. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never heard a person say, "I hate your brother."
Yeah.
Or like anything like that. But he's heard people say, "Oh, I hate your brother."
Really?
Oh yeah, he's heard that a bunch.
So do you think you have more haters than you do like?
I don't think I have more haters than like I do like friends or like people that know me, of course. But I definitely have some haters.
Yeah, I think you could actually really do good in insurance, whether it be life insurance or if you were to get into real estate or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know so many people, and that actually can help you, like.
It really provides like leads.
Yes.
Like one person buying from you leads to another.
Yeah.
That leads to another. Oh, hey, do you know Landon? He's a life insurance agent. Go to him.
Yeah. You have that, you can sell yourself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think is what I'm trying to describe. Like, you're pretty good at selling yourself. And so that's like the whole, I think that's the coolest thing about you is that you have like that tendency to be outgoing, or like you can be kind of submissive when you want to. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some days like, you know, I'll come over to the Springer household, and there's like, you know, we don't really talk much. But then there's some days where it's like, damn, like Landon's on one.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, dude. The last time you were at my house, I was sad because I literally I failed that test with a 69%,
like
and I
three times in a row or whatever.
I got a 69% 3 times in a row, and I needed a 70 for that test. How does that happen?
I don't know. Like, obviously, you probably were, like, getting those same exact questions right.
No, dude, dude, that's the thing. Is all 3 times I took that test, I didn't get any of the same questions.
Oh,
so
they changed it up on
I took that whole test 3 times and got a 69%, and not one of those questions were the same throughout any of the tests.
That's crazy.
Dude, it sucked. And then finally, that 4th time,
you
finally did it.
You just fucking did it.
Finally did it.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, let's dive into the Conor McGregor getting hit on a bike,
dude,
deal. Did you see the video though?
The video's funny, and then he's in the dude's car, and he's like, "Hey, what's your name?"
yeah. That was crazy, because you would have thought just the total opposite. Like, I thought, oh god, like he's about to bring this boy some action, you know, but. He was like, on the video, he was saying like, I'm just built different, like after he got hit or something. He's like, thank you, God.
I think Conor McGregor too. I think first thing going in his mind is, a pedestrian hits me with his car, I could look like a great person and post this all on social media and make myself look good.
Yeah.
Or I could beat the shit out of him. Yeah. This dude can press charges on me even though he hit me with the car, and then he can get a fat paycheck out of me.
Yeah. He did it the right way, but I don't even think the guy that picked him up or hit him and then picked him up and took his ass home, I don't even think he knew who Connor was.
Oh, really?
I don't know, like, well, when he was in the car with him and video him, like, it was just like an older dude, looked like he was in his 60s-ish, maybe.
Low key, though, like, if I hit Conor McGregor with my car and stuff, I wouldn't be acting like I was a fan driving him home. I'd be acting scared, like, don't break my jaw.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there pretty scared. I bet I'd be all shaky voice.
Oh my gosh.
Nervous.
Especially when you realize, like, you probably wouldn't realize it when you ran his ass over, you know? But, like, when he's, like, walking up to your car, you're like, oh my god, this is, like, Connor.
Conor McGregor said he was coming back to fight this year, and then all of a sudden, that whole incident happens.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to come back and fight?
No, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's fine. I don't think that. If there would be more on it if he was actually hurt. You know what I'm saying? I think he only had like a scratch on his leg or something.
I could just totally see, like, him taking a fight compared to his whiskey, all this other stuff that he promotes and stuff.
Yeah.
He makes more money throughout all that other stuff, I feel like, than he does an actual fight. Yeah. So, like, I don't know if it's worth it to him to return into the, like, ring.
Yeah.
But
he'll do it.
At the same time, I don't know.
He's got nothing else. That is what he was known for. I know he's, like, filming a movie on the side, so it'll be cool to see that. He's definitely getting into that next tier of fame, right? So, like, you get more opportunity and your face is more well known across the world, and you find yourself into movies. It'd be really cool. I feel like he could be on like more podcasts or something. Seems like he's definitely, but he's just so tuned into fighting, and you know, he's always practicing and his proper 12 stuff, advertising, that. Yeah, I think he's just too locked in.
I feel like Dana White, and like I feel like it specifically should be Dana White just because it's his thing, but I feel like he needs to like make one with specifically just his fighters and stuff. Yeah, because like I feel like so much brutally honest shit could be said in front of a camera. Yeah, that like Dana White doesn't know what his fighters are gonna say, and like let them speak out, because some of them complain about their pay, complain about a bunch of stuff.
That's what like Jake Paul is so like,
And so, what's your thoughts about that? He's supposed to be fighting MMA too. Jake Paul is gonna make a deal with the PFL. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that, yeah.
And so, he's supposed to be fighting MMA. Do you think he'll actually enter a ring and fight MMA?
I think he will, but I don't know who he'll fight against.
And do you think it'll be staged?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think it would be a real fight. But then, did you see Logan Paul actually is? Not only did he just sign with the UFC to have the Prime drink, so like that's the official UFC drink now or whatever. But I think Logan Paul is going to be fighting in the UFC. Did you see that, or am I getting it mixed up? I think I saw something on Twitter.
I saw like clickbait and stuff, like him saying he wanted to fight Patty the Baddie, which I think is funny, but I don't know if it's real or not.
Me neither. It could be clickbait.
If him and Patty the Baddie fought, Patty the Baddie would beat the smothereens out of him.
Yeah, I think he'd beat his ass too. Oh, Patty's an animal.
He's the GOAT.
Because I think all Logan's doing is what he's got his Impulsive, and then he has the WWE or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's just like weird too, to think about people still buy tickets to watch fake fights.
I would never watch fake wrestling. Weird. And like, oh, you said something about my mom.
yeah. I still don't understand why people actually pay for that. Like, why that is still a thing.
I don't know, but honestly, I think it's funny. Like, we're doing a house remodel right now, and the people we're doing a house remodel for, their kid is obsessed with WWE. He comes home from school, and like I'm still in there like working, doing whatever, and he runs in and he starts telling me about all this WWE stuff that, like, to be blankly honest, like it's not that I don't care about it. It's just it does not catch my interest,
Me neither.
and I don't like
Weird.
fake stuff. Like if I'm watching a real wrestling match, dude, I'll sit there and be so entertained. I love wrestling,
Yeah.
but like I can't watch that where they're sitting there trash talking and then they're gonna do their stage moves,
weird,
and then they go back and start talking while they're on the ground.
Yeah. But like a lot of like famous people have actually come out of there, like, you know, The Rock and stuff. That's how they got started. And so to think about that, it's like, that's kind of crazy. It's definitely more of the, on, you know, the acting side of the spectrum. But
You were saying you could see me become famous.
maybe
Maybe that's the way I get started.
Maybe
that's how I get started.
you could actually do some crazy shit. I could see you wearing like some tight, like, you know, what are those called? Like what gymnasts wear?
Oh,
Like not a onesie, but
the singlets or
singlet or something. I guess that's like the wrestling term for. I could see you wearing like a dope ass, shiny, tight ass singlet.
I don't know if that's the reference for like gymnastics, but I know it is for like wrestling. But
dude, and then you could be, oh man, I think you could make for a great WWE character.
Oh, dude, I think that is my like next calling.
Dude, you could probably do it.
Logan Paul, I'm coming.
Dude, I was gonna ask you. So, do you ever see yourself? Like I know you talked about going into insurance, stuff like that. Do you ever see yourself getting into something like way outside of the box, like being a substitute teacher or some shit, or like or like I don't know, like, you know, some weird occupation. Have you ever thought about like being in something like, man, I could probably do that, but I'm like too scared to do it, or?
Oh well, actually, there's one that's actually kind of hard, and I've thought about it, but
What's that?
I'd want to be older and stuff, just because like I don't necessarily being 20 years old and stuff. I think about every year, and like I compare myself like now to a year ago, and I'm so different.
Yeah.
And so I feel like me in a year from now is going to be so different.
I think so too.
But I want to become a chiropractor.
Dude,
and, like,
that would be
That
sick.
is something that I've always like just thought is like the coolest stuff is adjusting
Adjust
people, like hearing their bones pop, move, do all this.
Bro, you could do that.
I think that is super cool, but at the same time, that is so much school. So much dedication, and like how we were just talking about, you waste like so much time getting that degree, and then what do you do with it? And like
in that
if you start your own like clinic, whatever
practice,
and stuff, like practice after your 8 years of school or whatever you have to do for that.
Yep.
What if there's other practices in town, and like what if other people are hooked up? Like you'll build business slowly and stuff, but you're not always guaranteed to like make it.
Yeah. No, you're not. You never are in any instance, really. But at the same time, I think if you found a good, like somebody that was a chiropractor for a long time and maybe they're selling their practice or something, that would be that would be nice. Or like if you were related or you had a relative that was into it.
See, and that's what
that would be the only like safe play to really just like go for it and go to the school, go get it done, and then, you know, do it big like that, because you already have, you know, all the clientele to do it. But yeah, I feel like you could be like a dope ass like substitute teacher. You think you could do that? I feel like you would put on the Nelk Boys and make all the kids take notes type shit.
If I'm being so honest, and please nobody get offended by this, if I were to be a substitute teacher, let's just say I have that one kid in class that's like, okay, let's see what we can do to get a reaction out of this teacher, because that was me in school. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if I could go back to myself in school, oh dude, I'd beat the crap out of myself, because I was that kid. But if a kid did that to me, dude, I would go up to him, slam his head on the desk, throw him on the floor, and kick him in the freaking face. Dude, I couldn't do that job.
Yeah.
And like, even in high school and stuff, I watched teachers freaking manhandle kids and lose their jobs over and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like our class was ruthless, and I was thinking I'd have that same reaction as a teacher.
So, do you see yourself having kids?
Kids?
Yeah, of your own. Like, what is?
I think I can see myself having kids, and I could see that, but
Do you think you'd be a good dad?
to boys, I would. If I had girls, I will be so lost.
Yeah, I feel like it would take a lot of patience. You know, like having just having kids in general.
Girls
Girls are, I think, are a little, I don't know, it depends. I think my sister, for my parents, like my sister was easiest to raise.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, like, I just hear from so many people, like, girls are just so dramatic, da-da-da.
Yeah, you worry about the 10 to, 18 stage.
But then again, I feel like with guys and stuff, I feel like more parents' worries are, oh, he's so much trouble, or he's always doing something.
He's acting like his fucking dad, or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, to have a kid, you gotta be in a relationship. Do we have any pending relationships going on in Bando's,
So...
world?
This is kind of weird, but I'm talking to like a few chicks actually in Nebraska through Tinder.
Really?
But dude, I cannot like click with anybody in this town. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
Like, I don't know. I'll get around somebody and we'll get to talking and stuff, and we'll be polar opposites. Not find anything to click on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about future. Whatever,
and just
what
like
we want,
opposite.
Nothing clicks with, I don't know. But I also feel like a lot of people around like here though and stuff, which it's also not a problem, like a lot of people love Junction stuff, and like I'm a person that doesn't love it, but
well, you gotta get out and experience.
I feel like a lot of people and stuff, which like you left and like you saw a bit and stuff of the world.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people just settle for Junction, and I feel like they should like.
Yeah, there's a lot more out there.
Like, spread your wings.
Yeah.
Go like meet new people. Go do new things. Go try new things, because like it changes your mind and your perspective on things.
Oh, 100% it does. Yeah, you start to really figure out what you do miss about Junction, and what you were like. Yeah, I was spot on when I said this attribute of Junction or the people or whatever it is, or this group of people. Like, yeah, I'm glad I left because I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. You know what I mean? So there are things, but then you also come back to like the reality of like, like for me, all my family lives here. So yeah, I miss my family, but there are things about Junction that I don't really like. I don't like having to know almost, every other person you run into. Like, you know of them at least. You know what I'm saying?